Hello and welcome to the SquaredUp for SCOM Quick Win video series. This is video number 5 in the series, and in this video we're going to take a look at the dashboard actions option. We will take you through configuring these actions, along with examples on how you would use them. The dashboard action feature allows users to run SCOM agent tasks from SquaredUp, providing the user running the task has the appropriate permissions to do so. Okay, so let's kick things off. Let's start with this dashboard in SquaredUp. This dashboard contains a status tile showing the health of 2 of our application services. We want to create an action for these application services. So let's start by drilling down into one of the application services simply by clicking on it from this dashboard. Now that we're drilled down into the application service object, let's add an action to this object. To do this, we need to click on the cog icon in the top right to open the dashboard editor. We can then click on the lightning bolt icon. You can see once I've clicked this, I'm presented with some options on how I'd like to configure this action. Using the drop down, we can select the action type. I will take you through each of these, but let's start with task. Once we've selected the task type, we get another drop down to choose the task we wish to execute. This drop down will display the list of tasks that are available for the object you're drilled down into. In this instance, as we drill down into a Windows service, we have tasks such as start and stop the service. So here I'll add a stop service task. And let's also name this action to stop service. We don't go into detail on perspectives in this series, but we'll add a link in the description box below to a knowledge base article on perspectives if you wish to learn more. Now that we've configured the task, we need to publish the changes. We can do this by clicking the publish button at the top of the page. And as you can see, there is now a button at the top of the page which is called Stop Service. And we can use this button to execute the task from SquaredUp. Simply clicking it will run the task, and we're then presented with an output of the task results. That was an example on how you would use the dashboard actions to execute SCOM agent tasks from SquaredUp. I now want to take you through the other options. So let's go ahead and browse to a dashboard. I'm going to go to my Sales App Overview dashboard. Now once here, let's add an action like we did previously, clicking the cog icon and then choosing the lightning bolt. But this time, let's select the action type as Weblink. This option allows us to add an external link as a button to the top of the dashboard. So if I go ahead and enter the URL for our Sales App and choose the display name as Sales App Site, and we click Done and then publish that change, you can see now we now have a Sales App Site button at the top of our dashboard. Now let's click on this action, and as you can see, it has opened a new tab for our external Sales App website. You can see how this is useful, allowing you to add an external link to your SquaredUp dashboard. Now let's take a look at the last option, the internal link option. This action type will allow you to use an internal link using a URL relative to the SquaredUp directory. As we're currently on the Sales App Overview dashboard, we might want to link to this dashboard from one of the objects in the application. So let's start by grabbing the URL for this dashboard. As it's an internal link, we only need to copy from page onwards. Next, let's drill into one of the objects for this application. Let's start by drilling into one of the websites. We can then use the breadcrumbs from the top of the page to navigate to the server object. Now this is the object I want to add the internal link to. So I can do this by clicking the cog icon in the top right, and then choosing the lightning bolt icon. From here, we'll go ahead and click Add, and drop the action type down, choosing internal link. We can then paste the URL that we've just copied, and we can give this action a name. We can then click Done, and Publish. And as you can see, we now have a button at the top of the perspective. And clicking this will take us to the Sales App Overview dashboard, allowing us to explore the application in more detail. That was a quick example on how you'd use the internal link option, and that brings us to the end of this video. I hope this gives you some ideas on how to use the Edit Actions option, and coming up in the next video, we'll take a look at building a NOC dashboard. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.